Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas. Welcome to December. I'm happy you're here. So today is December 1st, and I just wanted to sit down a little bit this morning and talk about my plans for Vlogmas, both in recording and in projects. So let's get the recording admin out of the way. My plans for Vlogmas is to post every 3 days. The reason I'm deciding to do that is for a couple of reasons. One, we're not super interesting people in the sense that I don't know how much I have to show you every day. Plus, I work a full-time job, so recording or posting every 3 days gives me the grace and the leeway of, one, not having to edit every day, and two, not necessarily having to record every day, because I should either have 1 or 2 additional days as backup. Also, because so many creators do Vlogmas in December, I know I personally struggle to keep up, especially when so many of the people that I watch post every day, because that could be, you know, a new video from a lot of different people, and then you feel like you have to keep up. At least I know that I like to keep up with people as their day-to-days are going. But hopefully with me posting not every day, I know I'm not going to be as high in the algorithm, but hopefully in the end you can get a slightly longer video so that you can sit down and relax, knit to it, and hopefully you can feel like you can keep up if you want to and it's not too much additional. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. I'm excited to be doing some vlogs because I haven't done many vlogs in a while, so I am very excited. So that's the Vlogmas schedule admin out of the way. So now we can dive into my projects. So I still have quite a bit to do today. It's December 1st, so today is a Sunday, which is nice. So I'll be able to get some things cast on my needles this morning. The nice thing is, coming into December, I was able to wrap up all of my works in progress except for one, and that's my staffing cardigan. So I have a pretty clean slate for this month, so that's pretty exciting. And you'll see that in my podcast episode, which will be up in a few days. So let's talk about my advents. So the first advent that I got is the Woolen and Nosh advent. I got the fingering weight. It is the Targhee fingering. I really love Michelle's Targhee base. And so it also comes with a mini skein, which I don't think I'm going to use. This is the mini skein. But inside there are 2 50-gram cakes that are center pull balls, and they're ready to go. So what I've thought about with this, I'm going to do a Musselburgh for Shane. So Michelle mentioned the stripes are going to be a little bit longer this year than they were last year, and they should be able to go around a hat. She mentioned it in a Woolen and Nosh live stream that she did. I'll try to link it in the up here if I can remember and find it. But I don't know. I didn't really necessarily want 2 pairs of advent socks going on my needles this year. So I had Shane open this bag. You can peek inside. And I had him look at the colors, and I was like, so look at the colors. I was like, it's going to be that black stripe and then a color, black color. And let me know, would you want a Musselburgh? I was like your climbing hat, because he wears a Musselburgh that I made him climbing. And he was like, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So Musselburgh for my Woolens and Nosh. I do not know if I'm going to stick to the stripe a day for this, because if it is a Musselburgh, it's going to be one of my only stockinette only projects. So, but the thing is, I know I'll definitely have to do 2 stripes a day, because to do the Musselburgh, I'm going to have 48 stripes total, so I need to do 2 stripes a day. Michelle also said that people's aren't going to start in the same spot, so I feel like there's less chance of spoilers. I don't know. If you have strong feelings about that, let me know, but I'm thinking I might just work ahead on this Woolen and Nosh hat because, like I said, it's going to be my main stockinette project. But I did pull out my needles today, so I always use these Addy square needles for my muscle burrows. So these are a 3mm. So I'm just going to put those in the bag, and then I used my ChowGoo interchangeables, and I set up some needles long enough to do magic loop. So today I want to cast on. I would like to get through the increases today. That's probably going to be the plan. I'd like to get through the increases, so then that way it's good to go for the rest of the week. It can be my meeting knitting for when I decide to. So that's kind of the plan with that. So I've just tossed my needles in that bag, so that's ready to go. My next Advent project is I have the Cozy Knitter Advent, which I still have not opened. This is going to be socks for myself. I'm going to do top-down socks for me. I'm thinking cuff down, heel flap, and gusset. So for those, I am going to be doing a contrasting cuff and heel. I probably won't do a toe because I would like to maximize the colors that I use. Sometimes I usually only get to like color 22 for the Cozy Knitter ones because I have smaller feet and the stripes are pretty wide. But I'm hoping maybe with the heel flap and gusset that will allow me to get through a few more colors, because I think it like allows you to have more of the main color used. So, contrasting color. I did start this a few days ago. I just pulled out some leftover Regia in white and I cast on my cuff. It's just going to be a 2x2 cuff. I did this with Knitting Nandy's Sockmas cast on party. So I still have, I'm probably going to do 15 rounds of cuffs, so I still have a few more to do, and then I still have to do the second cuff, and then I need to get these wound up, and then I can do the first stripe. I'm still debating if I want Shane to wind these up, or if I just want to do it. I'm not really a surprise person. I don't really care about like what color is next. Also, it's not like I remember what color comes next when I wind it up. So I guess we'll see. I'll figure it out. I'll see if he wants to do it. If he doesn't, I'll do it. But this one I will be doing just one stripe a day because the Cozy Knitter does specify what end to start with, and she makes sure everyone starts with the same color. Unlike the Woolen and Nosh one, people could be using any color at any point, so you're kind of going to see all the colors eventually anyway. Okay, so then my last idea. So I'm thinking of using a previous year's Advent for a project that I started in a previous year. So you may remember, if you were here, there was this shawl by Lindsay Fowler called the Anasadora shawl, and I'd started it, and for some reason I frogged it. I don't exactly remember. I think it was a combination of, I think I'd started without a contrasting color, and then I decided I wanted a main color throughout, so I had ordered that, but I don't remember if I ever restarted it, or if I did, I just ran out of steam. But last night when I was laying in bed, I was like, I think I want that shawl. So I went through like Ravelry project pages to like look and make sure, like, do I actually want this shawl? And I think I do. I think it would just be a really nice like one to have to like throw over my shoulders. So I think I'm gonna do it. And so I've pulled out my A Homespun House Advent from a few years ago, and I've kind of looked at the colors. So it's in this is a shoebox. It's from Thursday. It's a nice shoebox, so I kept it. So here are all the colors from previous years. You can see the ones that I had started over there. And I think this is kind of like the color order I'm going to go in. Essentially, my two goals are going to be like do a light then a dark color, and then just like make sure that two of the same color aren't side by side. So like don't put two greens beside each other or two pinks beside each other. It's nice because the shawl starts small, it increases big. So what I would do is essentially, I'm going to alternate it with this brown, which I also got from a homespun house. This is the colorway Twig. It's a really warm, pretty brown. So this is going to be my main color, and then I'll alternate the contrast colors in. And essentially what I'll do is I will do colors 1 to 24 on the increase side. So it'll be like smallest to biggest. And then what I'll do is I'll do 1 to 24 on the decrease side. So it'll be the same order, but the color that was used the least amount on the increase side. So this tiny color here will be used the most on the center spine, and then the color that's used the most on the increase center spine will be used the least on the decrease side. So that's kind of my plan. And I think that's what the pattern says. Like, I didn't come up with that myself. I definitely read that. So, I think I'm gonna start this today too. I just think it'd be really nice to like have over my shoulders. I'm just, the multiple color thing sometimes bothers me. Like, I want the colors to look cohesive, but I think with the contrasting color, it'll look cohesive. And I still like how it looks a lot. I just think it's a gorgeous shawl, and I want to make it, and I have no other plans for this advent calendar. And I spent a lot of money on this advent calendar, so I need to use it. Also, the yarn is so soft, I just need to use it. So I think that's my other advent planned. This one, I'm not going to stick to a stripe a day. I'm just going to work on it. I'm going to see where I get. Essentially, I'm just casting on a shawl. I'm just using December as a inspiration. Yeah, so I need to pull the needles for this shawl out. Oh, also, on the shawl, I'm not doing fringe. I'm not doing the fringe. I am not a fringe person. And I saw another project page on Ravelry that also did not do the fringe, and so I'm not doing the fringe. I'm going to like weave and Steven the ends. I'll probably never detach the brown color. I'll probably just pull it up the side, and I'll make sure I have an I-cord on the end on both ends to just make sure that it looks pretty. I'm not doing the fringe. One, I'm not a huge fringe person, and two, I don't really like how the fringe looks. So we're just gonna do a simple shawl. So yeah, that's kind of the lowdown. That's the plans for Vlogmas in both recording and knitting. So this is a little bit of a long intro. So I'm gonna go open my candy advent, have some coffee, and get started on these projects. We do have an F1 race today, so that'll be a good amount of knitting. And then the other plans for today is I have to edit my podcast. So I would like some plain knitting for that, because I have none right now. That's the problem. I have no stock in knitting. So I need to remedy that for my sanity for meetings. Anyway, I'll take you with me. Thanks for joining me for Vlogmas. I'm very excited to have you here. I'm excited to do these vlogs. And let's go get some coffee. It's 5 o'clock. It's dark outside. My camera's doing the best with the lighting that it has. Which is not a lot because this room has no overhead lighting. However, so I've walked the dog. I've edited the podcast. It's exporting. It'll be up later. But now it's time to do some winding. So I've decided I'm going to just open this Cozy Knitter Advent skein and wind it myself. I apologize, it's not going to be the best lighting right now. Shane went to go pick up Chinese for dinner. So I'm going to wind this while waiting for him. And then while I was editing the podcast, I did finish both the cuffs. So one cuff I finished during the F1 race this morning. The second cuff I did while editing. So these are ready to start my first stripe once I wind this up. I'm also going to switch these over to my Angry Cats Christmas bag because it's festive and I only use it during December. So that's the plan. I'm going to wind up this yarn so I can do the stripes after we eat dinner. And that's the main plan. I do have some other skeins that I want to wind up, but I probably won't wind them up tonight. Mostly because I want to do these stripes and then start on that shawl. I also did start on the muscle burrow. You saw me steaming it earlier. I was waiting for it to dry. It's now dry after being steamed so I can get my 1-inch measurement to get my gauge. So that is also on the plan to maybe finish those increases tonight. If I don't finish the increases tonight, I think it'll be okay. I'm 3 stripes in. I don't know. I would just like to get the increases done so that it's ready for just meeting knitting. Anyway, I'm gonna start winding.